Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's home to the Alamo and the Spurs. San Antonio, Texas, as we bring... Let's get a quick...
Guys, you told me that...
Thanks, David. Both clubs on a roll coming in, trying, Brent, to maintain momentum. What are some of the keys to sustaining, to keeping that hot streak hot?
Well, to make sure that you stay in those familiar roles. You don't try to come out all of a sudden, Kevin, and try to get into that stream of consciousness you've been in, either offensively or defensively. Some teams can go on runs defensively where we could call it a hot streak. So try not to force it too fast. Let it happen as organically as you did the other games.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Washington, the deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. On defense, Washington, they defeated Indiana in their last game.
And just looking at the stats, you can see, man, they were efficient on this night.
Yeah, the defense did nothing disruptive in the game, so good patience. It led to good shot selection, and then look at the excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Parker with it. He's picked up by Wall. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And this, one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right, they've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
They get a hand on it. And Parker comes with the help. And a wide open look for Porter. Bangs home the trifecta. Porter's got the first bucket of the night, a 3-pointer for the Wizards. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
Such a good feel for the game. Kawhi knows exactly what this offense is trying to accomplish and acts as a willing facilitator.
And with the emergence of Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a secondary scorer in San Antonio. Brent, how do you like him in that role?
Well, I think that's where LaMarcus Aldridge really fits best, even in his time in Portland with the tremendous offensive output he had as one of the Blazers' greatest of all time. He's sometimes not leaned upon as being the primary scorer, even though that low block basically belongs to LaMarcus Aldridge.
Beal can't get it to go. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Gasol. Aldridge has got 6. Here's Wall. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
And he makes that one.
And the tight defense there only seems to increase Wall's focus. Gives him a little extra lift on the jumper.
Outside, Porter launches a 3. That shot missing. 80 that time from Leonard.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Wasted no time on that one.
And sometimes it just doesn't matter how good the D is. Kawhi with the all-world ability to hit the jumper even when you got him blanketed.
Wall dishes to Gortat. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. For San Antonio, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Green kicks to Laverne. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Frazier outside. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Frazier kicks to Oubre. The shot off that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Frazier kicks to Meeks. Washington shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw, good, Oubre. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
How about the Spurs clinching their 20th straight playoff appearance last season? An amazing run, more than twice as long as the next active streak, and the longest streak in the league was the Sixers from 1950 to 1971. I think the Spurs are going to get past them.
Smith on the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. Mahinmi kicks to Smith. A second chance effort, and Mahinmi lays it up and in. Mahinmi's got his first points of the night.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Frazier, covered by Mills. Mahinmi a screen. Now here's Frazier. He feeds it to Oubre. 3 seconds left. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's San Antonio leading by a point. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here in how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Mills teams up with Green in the backcourt. Laverne is out there with Anderson. And it's Bertsinus in at the 3. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Excellent anticipation from Laverne with the block. He constantly sends back shots with some velocity.
And the rejection by Mahinmi. Here's Oubre. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay drives in. And the rejection by Mahinmi. Now here's Oubre. He's covered closely. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Meeks on the wing. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit. I had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Pau Gasol's checked in for Laverne. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Davis Bertans. And it's Leonard in for Rudy Gay. And then for Washington, Morris is checked in for Mahinmi. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Oubre.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Parker's checked in for DeJounte Murray. In the corner, Gortat with it. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good. That would have tied it. Leonard kicks to Parker. 4.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Porter kicks to Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
All with it. 6 points for him. Feeds it to Gortat. Passes it to Beal. Wall against Parker. Shot clock at 6. Wall, no luck.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
And Aldridge slams it in.
It's an underrated strength of LaMarcus Aldridge, able to power in the shot even when being fouled.
To the left wing. Wall passes to Gortat. Back to Wall. Parker with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Up the floor. Spurs passing it around. Ginobili with the ball. Now Beal defending. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Porter. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Spurs.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
They set the pick, and Meeks kicks to Gortat. Outside Porter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wall. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
It's Ginobili with the drive, and Aldridge slams it in.
So blessed with excellent court vision, especially for a wing player. Ginobili repeatedly finds the open man.
Morris a screen. Meeks with it, picked up by Ginobili. Now, here's Meeks. He's guarded closely. And here's Wall. 8 points for him. That one drops for him.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance?
Yeah, he can have this kind of output, putting on a one-man show. Aldridge scoring whenever he wants.
Outside, Wall. Bank shot, no good.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basket. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports
Welcome
Halftime
back, everybody.
Show.
It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. And we saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. he had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. When does this guy cool off? I mean, he's been stringing together multiple monster games lately. Can he win? And that wraps up halftime.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping. Spurs leading by 5. So on the floor for Washington. A great scoring pair of wings. Beal the 2. Porter the 3. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
The passing of the torch in San Antonio is one of the more remarkable things about the NBA. And just as one superstar decides to retire, another one steps up and emerges as one of the best players in the league. That is Kawhi Leonard, becoming the franchise player.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Gasol with the steal.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
And to see how far Kawhi Leonard has come as a player from his days at San Diego State to where he is now, Brent, a testament to his work ethic and the player development staff, certainly of the Spurs.
Well, Chip England is the shooting coach in San Antonio, has worked diligently with Kawhi Leonard, even to the point where Chip gets tired that Kawhi calls him up so much. Kawhi Leonard just wants to be the best player he can possibly be and maximize that potential. Any coaching staff would be proud of a player like that.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. The free throw drops for Aldridge.
Second player taken in the 2006 NBA draft. Aldridge has been an all-star multiple times and one of the game's most prolific scorers over the past decade.
Wall dishes to Beal, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mahinmi's checked in for Washington. Kelly Oubre comes in for Porter. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. The pick and roll takes great timing for both players and a feel for the game and what the defense is going to show. Brent, in your opinion, which tandems are the best at running it?
Well, I think Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams have really done a great job of establishing a great chemistry in the pick and roll. And it's interesting, Kevin, because as centers and point guards play together, the more games that they have, the more used to one another they are in terms of sometimes setting good hard screens and sometimes not really setting a screen at all, setting up the slip and creating opportunities that way. Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Chris Paul, insert player here. Pretty good combination.
Yeah, I like that. Here's Mahinmi. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
Yeah, maybe the halftime cut into some of that rhythm they had in the first half. So far, 0 for 4 to start the second half.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Oubre, good.
And they get one. Now, 1 of 5 here in the third.
Here's Green. The putback, and it's Aldridge on the follow. And the Spurs lead by 13.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Poke loose. Mahinmi passes to Wall. Mahinmi with the screen for Wall. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Laverne, he's checked in for the Spurs. Bertans comes in for Leonard. The Wizards also changing it up. Jason Smith comes in for Morris. And Tim Frazier subbed in for John Wall.
Oh, what a luxury to have a big man like that who can run the floor. Gasol out there doing some damage in transition.
Smith kicks to Mahinmi. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. He can't get that one to fall. Laverne passes to Bertans. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's Parker with the drive. And Laverne throws it down.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
Frazier outside. Now Oubre. He's got 5, 6 to shoot. 14 feet away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And the rejection by Smith. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Oubre kicks to Frazier. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Good, great play set up by Frazier.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Laverne over Smith. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt. But they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Ginobili's got his first points of the night.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Bertans. Nice D from Porter.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Launches it. A shot by Frazier, no good. And a fast break now for the Spurs. He's got the ball. Ginobili kicks to Laverne. Baseline try. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got 5 rebounds tonight. Frazier. No good that time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Spurs lead by 15. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Nobody holds the ball, not even to the
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Wizards trail by 15. Murray out there with Ginobili. Then there's Rudy Gay. And there's Laverne. And it's Bertans in at the 4 slot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Washington with the ball. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one to start a 3-game homestand with that game. There's the pick. Back to Mahimi. Releases. Nails the baby hook. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He told them, I don't want us to be satisfied yet. We can congratulate ourselves later, after we win. Right now, we have to close this one out. He doesn't seem to think this one's over yet, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Aldridge dishes to Ginobili. Leonard, the pass to Mills. Here's Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
Here is Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Porter in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Here's Gortat. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pau Gasol's checked in for Laverne. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Oubre's checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Meeks. And Gortat kicks to Beal. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens.
Oubre kicks to Beal, takes the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Leonard attacking. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Just remarkable what he's able to do. Leonard with a guy draped all over him, still able to convert.
Here's Wall. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he could take any challenge that the defense is going to throw at him. He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
Wizards trail by 14. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Gortat misses.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Outside, Beal. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And one thing about this team, they never stop pushing the envelope. Fantastic year already with 65 wins, and tonight making it 66. Very impressive.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LaMarcus Aldridge.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Icing on the cake right there, fellas, for what has been just a phenomenal performance.
Well, they are the mayors of City Hall in Blowout City. These guys were locked and loaded tonight, not to be denied.
The Spurs have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the 4th quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting fewer free throws as he's moved his game to the perimeter, Aldridge still has the capacity to force you to foul.
So both teams making some changes here. He hits both from the stripe. 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Frazier kicks to Meeks. Here's Oubre. The putback. Rebound by Murray. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Here's Mahimi. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Here's Gay. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Spurs lead by 20.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg